Iran has formally presented a 10-point peace plan that could reshape the region's future. Released amid fragile ceasefire talks in April 2026, the proposal demands sweeping concessions from the United States, Israel, and their allies in exchange for a permanent end to hostilities. Titled by Iranian officials as a formula for lasting peace, the plan centers on three core pillars: lifting of all sanctions, Iranian control over the Strait of Hormuz, and compensation for war damages, either through direct reparations or innovative transit fees. The timing is critical. Naval presence in the Gulf, a short 2-week truce was brokered. Shipping through the Strait of Hormuz, responsible for nearly 1/5 of global oil trade, had been severely disrupted, sending crude prices soaring past $110 per barrel. Iran now positions its 10 demands as the only path to stability, rejecting any temporary pause in favor of ironclad guarantees. Or Israeli military strikes on Iranian soil or interests. A permanent cessation of hostilities, not merely a ceasefire. An immediate end to Israeli operations against Hezbollah and other Iranian-aligned groups in Lebanon and beyond. Sanctions that block direct American-Iranian business dealings. Lifting of secondary sanctions that punish third countries trading with Tehran. Full retention of Iranian sovereignty over the Strait of Hormuz, with Tehran setting the rules for safe passage. Introduction of transit fees on all commercial vessels, reportedly between $1 million and $2 million per ship, with proceeds directed toward Iranian reconstruction. Oman could receive a share to secure Gulf buy-in. Compensation for damages caused by recent conflicts, initially floated at $270 billion, but now framed flexibly through fees, released frozen assets, or other mechanisms. Termination of all United Nations Security Council and IAEA resolutions targeting Iran, alongside formal recognition of its right to uranium enrichment. Forces from key bases, and an end to support for anti-Iran operations. The sanctions relief section is the economic heart of the proposal. Iran argues that decades of restrictions have crippled its economy, and that full removal is essential for any genuine peace. Officials have signaled openness to easing some nuclear-related measures, but remain firm on terrorism and human rights sanctions. The Hormuz demands are the most contentious. Iran temporarily restricted access during the fighting, proving its leverage over global energy markets. By offering safe passage protocols in return for fees, Tehran is attempting to turn a strategic choke point into a revenue stream. Essentially reparations without calling them that. Treasury payouts, which Washington has repeatedly ruled out. Reparations remain a major sticking point. Early reports of a $270 billion figure have been softened in negotiations. Iranian diplomats now emphasize creative solutions like Hormuz tolls and access to frozen overseas assets. This flexibility suggests Tehran is serious about a deal, but unwilling to accept anything less than tangible economic recovery. Regional reactions have been mixed. Oil markets are watching closely. Any breakthrough could send prices tumbling, while deadlock risks renewed blockades. For Iran, the plan is more than a wish list. It is a calculated bid to emerge from isolation with strengthened leverage. Success would mark a diplomatic victory after years of confrontation. Failure, however, could reignite conflict and further destabilize global energy supplies. As mediators race against the clock, the coming days will determine whether Iran's 10 demands become the blueprint for peace or the opening salvo in a new chapter of confrontation. The world is watching the Strait of Hormuz, the sanctions ledger, and the reparations debate. One thing is clear: the price of peace has never been higher or more clearly spelled out.